The Geo Archon Zhongli, one of the only remaining gods of the original Archons and canonically the strongest among them. These days, he's simply a consultant for the Wangshun funeral parlor. However, while his strength has decreased since losing his gnosis, he is still a force to be reckoned with. This is the strongest Zhongli. Now I will start off by saying that this isn't that free to play of a build, as it does require the 5-star polearm Staff of Homa. The Staff of Homa elevates a normal unkillable HP build to become a very good hybrid build with both high HP and high damage. The Staff of Homa's ability gives you even more health and increases your damage by a percentage of your HP stat. My Zhongli has 48,700 HP with this build, and if I sacrificed a little bit of crit rate, I could easily get over 50,000. The artifacts I use are a 2-piece Noblesse Oblige set and a 2-piece Tenacity of the Millilith set. The 2-piece Noblesse set gives me 20% damage to my elemental burst, Planet Befall. Zhongli's burst has a 900% multiplier at level 10, so 20% of that is a lot of extra damage. The 2-piece Millilith set gives me a simple extra 20% HP, but it works really well with Zhongli having such a high HP stat. It made my previous build before the new domain came out go from 43,000 to the current 48,000, which in turn adds even more damage to all of my abilities. Another reason why this build works so well and why Staff of Homa is imperative is because all of Zhongli's abilities scale with his HP. After his buff, his normal charged and plunge attacks are increased by 1.39% of his max HP. His elemental skill, Dominus Lapidus, has his aspects increased by 1.9% of his max HP, and his burst still goes by its original 33% of his max HP. Luckily, this build does not require any constellations, as none of his constellations really increase his damage, instead giving him extra utility. Now that the logic behind the build is explained, let's go test him out and see him in action. So here I am showcasing just Zhongli. No buffs, no resonance, nothing like that, just him by himself and his shield. Here I was trying to lure the Fatui guys together, but it wasn't working out. And yeah, as you can see, my ultimate right here does about 74,000, which is quite a bit of damage for, not having any type of buffs on. And now I'm just trying to get my energy back up to get another ultimate, because Venti's my energy battery for the team. And as you can see, yeah, my normals do around 3,000 to 4,000 on crits, with little spin kits doing around 1,700. And also for the majority of this video, I will try and stay under 50% HP with him so that I can have the full buff from the Staff of Homa. But I'm not going to count that as, the buffs, because it's just his weapon on. And this build is showcasing him with the weapon. Yeah, and we do around 9,000, which is a lot with my charge attacks. And here he put his shield up just in time to not get completely obliterated. It still did quite a lot of damage to him. And yeah, from this point on, these guys are pretty much fodder. They definitely don't get paid enough to fight a god. And right here, I was trying to kill him with a punch attack, but I just kept falling off, and my stone still ended up doing the damage instead. So yeah, that is Zhongli with no buffs on. And here I am showcasing Zhongli with Pyro and Geo buffs. This here is a more of a realistic team. This is the team that I would normally run. And I'm just grouping up these hilichurls right here, get them all together.
I will have order.
And yeah, 95,000 damage. We nearly broke the 100,000 threshold there. We just need a little bit more of a push. And here I'm just searching around for more hilichurls to, you know, attack. Get some more normal attacks. You see, I do around 5,000 with the stone still. And mainly I just want to see the charge attack damage. Let my stamina refill while I walk up menacingly on him. And the tree kind of blocked the view there. And we're not critting. Oh, okay. 9.8 on my charge attacks. I feel like it should have done a bit more considering we have 25% extra damage, but that's fine. And here I'm doing Pyro and Geo buffs along with Bennett's buffs. I always like hitting those barrels just to see the enemies fly back. But here I'm trying to get them all to, you know, get relatively close together. And my Zhongli is low on HP because Bennett's ultimate heals, and I want to stay as low as possible to keep under 50%. And 116,000. Quite a bit of damage. We broke the 100,000 barrier. Now this right here, I'm going to be using Bennett, Pyro, and Geo Resonance, and the Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers, which gives me a 48% attack buff when you switch out. And I will be using the Thrilling Tales on Klee. And here we do 125,000. So that right there is probably the highest you can get, just, you know, base teams and stuff, not counting any other buffs like bounty buffs or the 75% you get from, like, Noblesse Domain. And I mean, I think that is a realistic team you can run. Of course, not everyone has Klee, but, you know, characters like Yanfei, or you can just move the team around a bit. But as long as you have a Staff of Homa, I mean, you should be able to hit pretty good numbers as long as you get good artifacts. And here I'm just, yeah, bullying that guy. And here I'm taking Zhongli into Abyssal Spire with Pyro and Geo buffs. And right here we got crit rate and crit damage, and I really wanted to choose that, but I also just wanted, you know, more of base Zhongli. So I chose the attack buff. And if I remember correctly, the Abyssal Spire this time gives you a physical damage bonus when you hit with normal attacks. So I mean, it's not base Zhongli, but, you know, Abyss Spire is a part of the game, so I figured I'd showcase Zhongli here. And I mean, this is definitely something can happen if they ever have another buff like this. So right here, we are doing insane amounts of damage. 6,000 to 7,000 on my hits. My charge attacks are doing around 17,000. And Albedo is a really, really good partner for Zhongli because his thing gives you, like, a lot of extra damage. Around like 4,000 just the initial put down, and around 5,000, you know, just by hitting. And obviously you can get that a lot higher with a better build. As well as he's, you know, generating those orbs for Zhongli. And I'm just destroying these guys with constant 7,000s when I crit, 8,000 there. And now I'm going to put down Bennett's buff. I want to get them all together. And, you know, 96,000. And this guy right here, I'm just going to plunge him. 8,000, now critting, 15,000 with a crit. So, yeah, that was an extremely good showcase by Zhongli. And for the final showing for Zhongli, I'm going to be taking him into the Child boss fight. Him by himself, no buffs at all, just base Zhongli. And this is kind of a little throwback to that one clip when Zhongli was leaked a long time ago of them using him against Child. And I didn't crit on my ultimate there, so I only did around 30,000. But I'm still hitting decently on my normal attacks. Around 2,000 on my crit. And Child is obviously hitting a little bit harder than I anticipated because he did break through my shield back there. And he keeps putting up his shield so that I can't hurt him. But we are taking him down quite quickly with my held Dominus Lapidus doing around 7,000. Get him to his second phase here. And now, yeah, we're hitting around 8,000 on our charge attacks, which is a lot higher than I thought it would be without any buffs. So that's pretty impressive. And we're kind of just, you know, dancing around him. And now we're on to the final phase of the Child fight. I will say one thing about Zhongli is you do want to have him with a couple of energy batteries or someone who can get him energy, because as you can see on his own, he does not generate energy quickly. I've only gotten one ultimate so far. And there, we got our second ultimate. And we did not crit again, so we only did around 30,000, or just barely under 30,000. But we are still shredding Child with our normal attacks. And I mean, the Staff of Homa build really shines through by just increasing his damage a lot. So now we're going to finish off Child here. And now let's get into my artifacts. So as I finish off this video and show my artifacts, Zhongli is very good. Even without a Staff of Homa, he can be an amazing tank and an amazing damage dealer. The purpose of this video was just to showcase him with the Staff of Homa as well as the new artifact domain. So I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you around.
Order guide you.